the Greedo prisoner's way of life, and the battle for a more just penal system. We are aware that a significant portion of the lyrical content that we hear from rappers is more fictitious than it is based on actual events. Despite this, the more murder-related lyrics in a lot of songs do seem to be based on some degree of reality. In point of fact, several well-known rappers have been implicated in homicides and other serious crimes for which they've been found guilty and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. Brace yourselves, for you could be startled by this one. Hey folks, welcome back to Celebs in Jail. In today's video, we are going to talk about 03 Greedo life after imprisonment. So stay with us until the end of the video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our wonderful videos in the future. And let's get started. Saturday night in Los Angeles, except for a recording studio on Santa Monica Boulevard, Greedo has been working since early evening. It's almost 2 a.m. Exhaustion and overindulgence have picked out one person after another, and most of the guys delighted to be in the studio are now passed out on the couches. Only the engineer still smiling. Even Greedo, who wants to record as many tracks as possible, is wilting. He's swinging next to the boards after freestyling a fantastic tune about a robbery. "Play everything we made tonight," he tells his engineer, then slumps into an ergonomic chair, sunglasses on, and legs splayed so money on his sweats is visible. The kid plays a few songs, someone yawns. A strong thudding beat fills the space. He has crafted a beautiful melody over this backdrop, and his helium-puffed vocal climbs and lowers along with it. The studio awakens. Bops, Hennessy, blunts, and Instagram live smoke are all shown. Everyone's joy is palpable. However, 03 remains seated, and his face tattoos, a cluster of grapes on his left temple and living legend across his cheeks, are buried by dreads as his head bends towards his chest. He hates the darkness. In less than 2 weeks as June draws to a close, the latest hope of Los Angeles hip-hop, the gang-banging oddball of an artist who broke through this year with the Wolf of Grape Street, is due to turn himself into authorities at the Potter County Detention Center in Amarillo, Texas, and begin serving a 20-year sentence for gun and drug trafficking. The week he turns himself in, he'll release God Level. In a month, he'll turn 31. No one is naive about their upcoming prison sentences. Why? TK Kimbrough, his creative director pal, calls it death. 03 says, "It's nice to go to jail. That's how ignorant we are. Watch my return. They'll think I'm Street King. Oops, you were genuine. You left home."
Not in jail. No, I'm not in jail. I'm not lying about being in jail. The media line. I don't have life. I do have a lot of time. I ain't going to the summertime. Okay? If you fuck with me, fuck with me. If you piss me off, I ain't tripping. Unless it's in real life.
Explains his moral code. "I'd never fold, though. I'm dying like this. F all that. Find my bed. I'm gangsta. My mother used to scold me. Stop calling me a gangsta. I'm a gangster, honest. I won't stop repeating it." Jason Jamal Jackson's father died when he was 1, and Greedo grew up in the Bay Area, Atlanta, St. Louis, and Kansas. He aspired to be a cowboy as a child since he liked toy firearms. When his mother transferred them to LA's Jordan Downs projects, he had no time for music, only survival. Without the older male family members, he was an outsider. 03 worked hard to prove himself to the Grape Street Crips. His mama kicked him out for rebelling, yet he reached the gang's highest echelon. "I don't want to dramatize my life, but I enjoyed it," he says. "What's in the new song? Drop some bucks to my mama. I got 16. Got a lot of fallen troops, so I gotta be. I'm feeding the mouths, RIP. That sucked as I pulled up to my locked-up friend's place. If you did well, I'll reward you. If not, I'll kick your ass." His prestige didn't spare him from digging out the garbage can and sleeping on the park bench. Homelessness. 17-year-old 03 began selling narcotics when his girlfriend became pregnant. By his early 20s, he had a long rap sheet with gun and drug convictions. Nobody's working. Fantasy world. I was too. When I was broke, drinking, getting high, trying to be the coolest, and then he trailed off. Lame. I'm going to Potter because I have 6 gun cases. I don't want to talk about it, but it's true. He felt a bigger destiny, though. When his cowboy dream died, he became an entertainer. His mother predicted he'd rap in the bathroom mirror. "I wrote a beef first. My schoolmate rapped. As a class clown, I did. Then folks said that my raps were challenging." In 2009, he left the country while spending 10 months in prison for gun possession and started making music. Greedy Giddy couch surfed at friends' houses with recording facilities and released 6 mixtapes. He hadn't yet articulated his now unique persona as a melody-obsessed, street-certified musician whose rubbed, raw voice, throbbing with sorrow, coils into gangbangers and females equally, but his approach was already piquing interest. Even then, his manner went beyond veracity. His wandering childhood inspired his creativity. My music is vivid because I've traveled. I never liked hip-hop. I attended a white school. Hot boys? In the hood you may talk about it, but in white schools you must keep up with the Joneses. Kanye's new single went to Georgia Smith. Her stuff was hard. That's cool. Lana Del Rey? Everything interests me. Assigned. I'm behind. 03 pleaded not guilty to 2 burglaries and 2 felony firearm counts in late 2013 and began serving 2 years in prison. Once there, he channeled his discontent into songwriting. His resourcefulness will pay off. In June 2016, a Potter County cop stopped 03 and a friend in Texas. After smelling cannabis, he searched the car and found 4 pounds of meth and 2 stolen firearms. 03's $20,000 bail was posted after 8 days in Texas jail. Returning to LA, he released music as 03 Greedo. Jailing, getting extradited to Texas. Since 03 Greedo, my music has documented me on the run, fighting for life. Do you feel me? From a gangbanger to a more human character.
Jail, like, without jail, I would not be famous. Not because of the connections and nothing, but like, I got ADHD, so to sit me down and let me write those songs, I just was practicing like a motherfucker.
The more pressure I was under, the more I had to prove I was the hardest. Worse than death, now Disturbed 03 heard a federal indictment and 6 life sentences. 03 pled guilty to having over 400 grams of meth and a weapon as a criminal this April, although he maintained his innocence. The plea bargain's 20-year term felt like a godsend. I believe in God, he says. I don't believe in religion, but I believe in something. Shawty, I beat 6 life sentences. What? 18 albums that are all hot? Once I receive a phone in prison.
My partner who was on the run, they tried to give him 30, how I got 20 because he was the driver, but then his lawyer found that they really had no reason to pull us over, and it was illegal search and shit.
Prison, I'll keep rhyming circles around these dumbasses, telling the tale of what's going on in my thoughts as a father, a lover, and somebody tired of hating as usual. The night before 03's studio session, he played on a Red Bull-sponsored bill honoring local producer LaRon Ron Robinson. Backstage is so stuffy that artists are milling about in the alley. 03's gone to a cool, dark basement with his pals and his girl, whom he will propose to the night before he gives himself in. My stories are true, he says. When I listen to rap, they talked about genuine measurements. 03's friend, you can't cook dope in a crock pot. Fire needs fuel. Drug lord cooking beans. So long. We question whether it means artists can't be creative by writing untrue lyrics. I never lie, even when it's bad for me, 03 says. I'm telling on myself. If I don't be myself, that crap will burn my skin and I'll melt. His conviction resounds. Most of the attendees tonight are sweaty youngsters, not industry folks predating hype. The crowd chants 03 during the set. We created Pandemonium, a new cult following. It's strange, I make hard-ass sing-alongs for the streets. Grape sucked. He says, I'm the sing-along man. I'm not saying shoot him. 03 doesn't want to share his case as his freedom dwindles. He didn't sleep last night. It's late. His eyes without sunglasses transmit so much non-verbally that it's like a superpower. I feel bad for wasting his last hours of freedom. I'm sure he's committing every millisecond to memory so he can close his eyes in 2 weeks, 2 years, or 10 years, and relive the unexpected movie his life has become in the last year. Hey, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like button, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you in our next video.